right? I'm going to start off by giving all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles with GMS for teaching nothing but the 100% truth. Double honors. Hey, shalom to you, beautiful Akim that's believing in truth, pushing truth throughout the four winds, using your body as a living sacrifice. To you, I say shalom. And shalom to you, very few Aquaf that's listening and learning. It's your brother Ahmad from out the GMS Lake City camp. I titled this one, man, when the enemy come in like a flood. Pretty much, Jake had a vision this morning when I got up. Well, I got up around like 5. I've been up since 5. Jake had a vision this morning, and basically, I was at this house and everything, and I just heard these air brakes from, like, when you hear like a 18-wheeler truck or like a school bus or a dumpster truck, you hear like when they stop, the 18-wheeler brakes. And when I looked out the window, dang man, no, my voice acting up. When I looked out the window from hearing the noise, it was ice, but and I recorded it and I put it on my channel. But when I think about it now through the spirit, it wasn't just, I don't think it was just like a regular ice. I feel like it was the squad that came to that house had to be some type of like special force team, because the type of like uniform, the type of vest they had on, you know they was about what they was coming to do. But anyway, it was everywhere on that block that I was on. Ice was pulling up to every house, ice was pulling up to every house. So we understand that hold on, y'all bear with me, because you got people out here doing crazy stuff. Anyway, so we understood that, I understood that seeing the those people, the ice on every block, in my mind, in the dream, I was like, oh shit, I gotta get out of here. Shit getting real. So, I left the house running, jumping from the backyard to backyard, jumping fence to fence, trying to get away from them. And pretty much at the end of the dream, I seen this yellow bus. It was this yellow bus, and on that bus, it was like nothing but children. And then you had all these cars behind that bus, following that bus, that was telling, and the spirit told me in the dream that that those was the families, the fathers and the mothers, following the bus to try to retrieve their children back from ICE. But also the spirit said they also just had accepted the MOTB as well. So we know we coming into those times, man, with this, this new crisis. And they got this thing where they're calling it like an energy lockdown. We see that, the Lord is moving swiftly, man. And we don't know how. We know that the MOTB, which is the RFID chip, it's got to be mandatory across all platforms. Before I go any further, let me get this right quick. Revelations 2:10. Fear none of the things which thou shalt suffer, and behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prisons, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have, it says, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So we understand that, the devil, right, and his little suicide squad, they're gonna come and grab up some of us and throw us in those them FEMA camps, constellation camps, man. We in them times, man. We are definitely in those times. We are in the midst of pretty much a soft blow lockdown. Now you're hearing nothing, more talks on energy crisis and water shortage and everything. So we understand that, you know, hey, we in those times, man. And then, you know, Trump sending ICE to help TSA at these airports. So basically, they're making it to where, hey, you're not gonna be leaving out. You're not gonna be able to leave out, man. You know, they're about to lock this place down. They're about to lock this place down, man. They're gonna lock this place down. But going back into it, that Revelations 2:10, we understand that, you know, hey, Esau is gonna come in, and they're gonna come, hey, they're gonna grab some of us, man. But we understand at the same time, it's through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, you know, not to fear. You know, we don't fear it. You're not supposed to, you know, because at the end of the day, it's not our will. It's about Yahweh and Yahweh Shai's will getting done. So, hey, if that's written in our lots to be grabbed up and got to go to a FEMA camp, shoot, you never know. You might get grabbed up to go to a FEMA camp to, hey, give the good news to a believer, you know, to a hopeful elect. Or you could be grabbed up to go to a FEMA camp to the Lord, use that to give you spiritual power. 4-4 call Loyam Lot, Yabashon Shai. But give you spiritual power to break out of there, man. You know? So we don't, you know, that's why the stories are important, man. That's why, you know, reading and studying is important, and you get yourself built up for what we all about to get ready to experience, man. Because that's what's getting ready to come. It's already happening, you know? It's already happening. Esau's trying to come with this smooth talk. As the scripture says, smooth like butter. His words are smooth like butter, right? Roughly paraphrasing. He's trying to come with this smooth talk. We're doing good. We're fine. You know, I'm making a peace treating with Iran, and Iran like, we don't know what you're talking about. You know, so we understand that this devil is trying to, you know, come in, you know, sneaky. You know, but nah, man, they're locking this place down. You know, they're locking this place down. And pretty much it's already staged. So, you know, you got to prep your minds for what's getting ready to come, man, what's getting ready to happen. Because, you know, we've been telling you, first and foremost, start with the elders and apostles of GMS, man. Been telling you that, hey, this man is going to come down with great wrath, man, because, see, these elites, they understand that their time is coming to an end, man. I was watching brothers' videos yesterday about the Project Looking Glass that Esau had, that they was doing and stuff like that, and how every time they look through whatever this glass or whatever this thing they was doing with CERN and all that, it's not, it ends the same for them. Where guess what, they're taken out of power. So the so-called white man, these elites, right, your Rockefellers, your Rothschild and all them, right, your Dukes and all them, man, they know that their end is very near, man. You know, so they're snatching up all your water, right? They're snatching up all your real food, and they're taking that stuff on the ground, you know, and they're leaving you with basically with the poison. And even with the stuff that they're leaving you with the poison, that stuff going to be snatched and grabbed from you too when you receive that MOTB. You know, when you receive that MOTB, man, hey, that's gonna be it. So this is the world that we live in, man, is being staged for great chaos and destruction and great death, massive death, man. And that's what you know, people been feeling like it's just something coming. Yeah, massive death is coming, massive judgment. The Lord is about to do a beautiful, phenomenal works on the earth in judgments, man. The Lord is about to call back a lot of spirits, man. You're about to hear screams, you're gonna hear cries, you're gonna hear, you know, I was watching a video on I think when they did the airport thing with the ICE, you know, it was a Northern Kingdom Eve, right? A Northern Kingdom Eve. I think she was Issachar, if I'm not mistaken, which is the so-called Mexicans. They grabbed her up. You know, ICE grabbed her up. So they locking these airports down. Next, they're gonna send them to these grocery stores too. Because hey, with everything now, even with Iran is saying, hey, they don't want nothing coming through that that line of travel, what is it, the Hormuz? I think that's how you say it. That line of travel, that's gonna shut everything down. You're gonna start seeing food shortage, man. Some people are saying by May and June, They saying by September. We'll see. You know, we don't know how Esau gonna do this thing. We just gotta lock in and stay locked in and pray that Yahweh and Yahweh Shai have mercy on us, man. Because they're about to lock this place down, man. All that free traveling and you just getting up and you just get the goal you want, that's coming to an end. You know, there's something else that they signed into place with these license plates and everything, man. And they don't put they're putting up flock cameras everywhere. They're putting up 5G and 6G towers everywhere. So, hey, so they can have massive surveillance over the people, man. They want to watch people. They want to watch people, and they're putting their system up to track you and your every movement, and to take money from you from off your chip. So, you know, the same thing that China got going on in some of these other countries, man. So they're getting ready to bring that here. You know, this is what the elites want, the next phase, you know. And, you know, I keep seeing, you know, you starting to see more videos on the WEF, you know, the World Economic Forum, man. They want complete control. So that freedom of speech, all that, you get to do what you want, all that, your house, your car, all that's going out the window, man. You know, the enemy is getting ready to come in like a flood, man. They're gonna come in and they're gonna grab up. They're gonna do grabs, man. And they already funding ICE with these damn warehouses, man. You know, they're funding them to buy up these warehouses, cause these gonna be them FEMA camps, man. And this way you going, this way they gonna torture you. Like, this videos coming out about those children that's in them ICE facilities. Them children, the young girls are coming up pregnant, and now they want to transfer the young girls to an island to watch over them. When we already understand, you know, when you think of island, you think about, you know, the Epstein. So we understand that basically Esau is doing what he's doing to get your spirit roused up. They're basically telling you, we don't give a fuck about what you think, how you feel. We doing this. Why? Because guess what? At the end of the day, there's no sense of hiding anymore. We're the wicked. We're the Edomites of the earth. The earth was given over to us at a period of time. So since we see that we're on our way out, we're going to have fun and we're going to do it the fuck we want. The attitude that the so-called white man has right now, man. That's the attitude that he come in. And in Esau's mind, he's thinking that, oh, by me grabbing, when I come in like a flood on your people, hey, that's done deal. But it tells you right here, this is Isaiah 59:19. It says, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. It says the spirit of the Lord, right? The spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. And the Lord is going to lift up a standard, man. So obviously, if the Esau, this is why you got to stay spiritual, man. You got to stay locked in, man. You got to stay spirit. Now is not the time to tap into the carnal. Now is not the time to fear, man. You got to stay spiritual. If the Lord is allowing this demon, right, this devil, you know, the delusional deceiver of the earth that likes to kill, steal, and destroy, right, everything he touches, if the Lord is allowing them to come in like a flood, right, if the Lord is allowing them to open up these constellation camps, right, if the Lord is allowing them to do all these things, then it's got to be a balance. That the only next step is, then guess what? We also understand that, guess what? The Lord said he's going to lift up a standard. So by that being said, hey, you got to know that spiritual power is on the way, man. You know? So, hey, Lord willing, hey, within this year, man, expect to see miracles, man. Because Esau think he got this thing mapped out. Esau think he's going to grab up everyone. And, hey, there's nothing that no one can do. There's nothing that no one can tell him. He's got power. They're showing you in their movies, their television shows of their energy weapons, these things that they have. And they're not showing you everything. They're just showing you the little bit of things, man, which is cool. But at the same time, if the Lord is allowing them to have that on the left-hand side, you already understand what's coming on the right-hand side, man. You know? Hey, the Lord has written out the perfect enemy for himself, right? The Lord has written out the perfect enemy for you hopeful elect brothers, man, for you hopeful elect men, hey, that you're going to have to go against, man, you know? Because at the end of the day, you already know with Jake, when Jake gets spiritual power, man, even before Jake gets spiritual power, on this end, you give Jake some money, man. You let Jake buy some new clothes and a car. Jake gonna want to stunt. Now you take that and you turn it in. You give Jake a spiritual power, man. You give him a hopeful elect man a spiritual power. You know what Jake gonna want. The Lord had the right perfect enemies for us to go up against, right? To show, hey, that Yahweh and Yahweh Shai will always prevail, will always win, man. The story is already written out that we won, man. We just got to hold on to our crown. We got to hold on to what the Lord has allowed us to have. So going back into it, there's no reason of fearing and trying to hide or run away. You know, this is a part of the story. This is a part of what's got to happen. You know, going back into that vision, because like I said, when I seen ICE was on the whole block, and Salaki for earlier, I had, a distraction. I kept hearing a horn on the side of me, so y'all forgive me for that. But there was in the dream on that whole block, it was just like trucks lined up, and they was going to every house. They was going door to door to every house. They was going door to door every house, knocking on the doors. And like I said, and then at the end of the dream, it was just buses. It was a bus. And on that bus, it was nothing but children. And then you got all these cars behind it. And it was nighttime. You had all these cars behind it following that bus. And the Spirit told me those are the children, and the cars behind it, those are the fathers and the mothers trying to go do what they got to do to get those children. And then the Spirit said, and they all accepted the MOTB, the RFID chip. So, hey, another thing to put out there, and the elders apostles been pushing it out there. Don't even be surprised when Esau come in, ICE come to your door. They're not gonna we're not gonna be shocked or surprised if they try to present you with the RFID chip. You need to accept the RFID chip, because these are the times that we're coming into, man. This is what we've been telling Jakes. This is what we've been warning you. This is the whole purpose of us making videos and going out every week, man. This is what we telling that the so-called white man that's been given the so-called white man has been given the earth to rule, to do these things, man. He's been given a power to take the peace from the earth, and that's what you see him on this end. He's then took the peace. He's taken the peace from the earth. Everything that's been hurt by his hands. The air, the nature, the animals, people, food, everything. So everything is being ruined. Everything is being taken peace from through his rulership. This is why Yahweh Shai is going to come in and knock him off course, man. This is why Yahweh Shai is going to come in and take all the crowns, because, hey, these devils, man, they only got one thing in their heart: kill, steal, destroy. And I was another thing I was watching on these videos. A lot of videos coming out on them constellation camps, man, those FEMA camps. They're saying that only jobs that's going to be left, because AI is going to take over everything. And then they just came out and said yesterday that now they're good for AGI, which is they got, like, what is it? It stands for I think auto general information. I think something like that, if I'm not mistaken, where it's like the AI is basically able to study you from the beginning and learn your ways and do the same thing as you, instead of being programmed like where they're able to program it to do something. No, they're making it to where it is able to study you and act as you. So now, you got all these things coming out, man, and it's not far-fetched, it's not far-fetched, so we understand, hey, we're here, we're at the end of this thing. You got to stay locked in, you got to stay prayed up, because Esau is about to come in like a flood, and we already know they're gonna come, they're gonna snatch, they're gonna grab, they're gonna kill, they're gonna grape. There's more videos coming out about that, and they're putting this out in the algorithm. Why? Because guess what? It's not coincidence. They want it out in the algorithm. They want to know all the people that's going against them and who hates them and their agenda, so they can target you and put you on a red or blue green list. So when they come and knock on that door, or they get you at a checkpoint, they know who they about to arrest. They know who they about to grab up. They know who they about to take to a FEMA camp. They already know, man. 2020 let them know everything. That rehearse, that pandemic, that rehearsal, it rehearsed them for the very things that we're walking and we're living in now, man. So, hey, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, the training wheels are coming off, man. So this is why you really got to stay locked in. Hey, read, study, hey, watch the videos while you able to, because now the times we're coming into, they're gonna shut this internet off pretty soon, man. They're gonna have to shut it off. They're gonna have to close it down. Hey, they're gonna have to close mouths. You know, the conspiracy theories is not a conspiracy theories anymore. So pretty soon you're not gonna see us out there on the highways. You're not gonna see these videos, you know. So we understand even with that hey, the talking time is coming to an end as well. You can see it in the spirit, man. If you're tapped in, you can see it through the spirit. The talking time is coming to an end. The Lord is about to remove his prophets off the streets, man. You know, the Lord is already shutting down airports. And it tells you in the Apocrypha in 2nd Esdras that, hey, they're gonna want to flee into another city, but hey, you know, roughly paraphrasing, but you ain't gonna be able to flee. Esau is, hey, he is checkmating you Jakes, and he's checkmating you heathens too. They checkmating people, man. All that, oh, I'm just gonna leave, I'm gonna go over here to Thailand, I'm gonna go over here. Nah, man. They checkmating people. They locking this place down, man. You know? So that's what we're looking at. We in the stages of a lockdown. They locking this place. When you see ICE being sent to an airport, that's a mini stage lockdown, man. They not saying, oh, we lock it down. No, they're doing it. They're doing with their actions. So stay locked in, stay prayed up, man. It's happening. Hey, it's happening. It looks beautiful. Hey, Thwadi Yahaba Shan Shai. You know, this is what we need. We pray for fewer days. And the scriptures say we're going to enter into the kingdom of heaven through much trial and tribulations. So we're seeing the tribulations and we're seeing the trials that's coming. And hey, at the same time, we've been rehearsing this whole time. The Lord has stripped things from us. We have, hey, the Lord has kept us from certain things. Hey, we've been humble. You know, the Lord's keeping us humble. The Lord's keeping us enduring. So when these things, when the power go off, when the AC stop working, when you can't get in these cars, hey, well, call Haloyim La. We're not going to panic. We're not going to give up. We're not going to faint. These are things that the Lord has already allowed us to rehearse, man. You know, so you just got to stay locked in. So anyway, I pray this is edifying. It's your brother Ahmad from the GMS Lake City camp, man. Jake just pulled up here to the plantation, but I pray this was edifying. Hey, stay prayed up. Hey, don't fear. All these things got to happen. Do not fear, man. We are not here to fear. We already know the Lord got everything mapped out. Hey, not every brother's story the same, man. A lot of you brothers get ready to get spiritual power, man. Get ready to judge, you know, get ready to get the spiritual powers, get ready to judge, man. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard for what the Lord have for those that love them, man. And even for brothers and you sisters too, because you women are not exempt either, man. Hey, that's got to go into the guillotine, man. Hey, Thawadi Yahabashiam Shai as well. Because guess what? Then, hey, we already know those are going to be the first one to get be in a chair with Yahweh Shai, man. So it's a win-win either way, man. It's a win-win. There's no reason to tap out, go back into the world, give up, you know, let your heart be fainted, be panicking. Nah, man. This got to happen. We want this to happen. That's the spirit that we're pushing, you know. So once again, hey, Shalom, may the blessing that should be on your household. Hey, may you get your daily bread today. Hey, this your brother Ahmad. Shalom.